Oh, that's good. Okay, here we go. 6 plants that you should consider as a beginner plant parent. We're going to start with a Sansevieria, or otherwise known as a snake plant or mother-in-law's tongue. These guys originally come from tropical West Africa, so you can get a bit of a sense of the kind of needs that they have. They can take a lot of abuse, they don't mind drying out between watering, so if you do forget to water them, it's not the end of the world, don't worry. These guys can thrive in low light conditions. They don't necessarily have to sit in direct sunlight. They can thrive there, but they're quite happy to sit in shade as well. So if you don't have anywhere in your house that takes direct sunlight, or even partial sunlight, this is going to be the plant for you. Next we have the ZZ plant, or known as an emerald palm. These guys originate from East Africa, so very similar to the snake plant. They can tolerate low light conditions, they're quite happy to go without watering for a little while, so again, if you forget to water them, don't worry, they will be fine. Next we have aloe vera. These guys originate in the Arabian desert. Again, can tolerate long periods of drought, are quite happy to sit in low light conditions, though they do thrive in direct sunlight. And the really cool thing about these guys is if you've got sunburn, all you have to do is take one of these stems, cut it off, and apply the gel that's inside to the sunburn, and it should start to ease. Moving on to this guy, spider plants. These guys originate in South Africa. They're not that picky about where you place them, they're not that picky about temperature, lighting, or even watering. The really cool thing about these guys is when they mature, they start putting out little plantlets, and you can propagate them, and I'll do a video on that at some point. And the next one we have is this big boy. God, he's a lot heavier than he looks. So if you get a cactus, this is going to tell you whether you can keep plants or not. These guys are so tolerant to drought, it's unbelievable. They originate in places like Australia, Africa, anywhere on the equator where there's a desert. So by knowing that, you've already got an idea of what these guys are going to need. Lots of light, not much water, and they will thrive. This little guy, I promise you, he was little when I got him. And I've just left him on a windowsill for maybe about a year now. Look at the size. That is incredible. Of course, the only thing you have to watch out with these guys, do not get pricked by one of these. It hurts a lot. Trust me. Okay, I just want to move on to my own personal pick for what I think is a very easy and very hardy plant to look after. If you're not interested in any of the plants that I've gone over so far, that's totally fine. If you're looking for something that looks a little bit more foliage-like, something that you know you can grow, grows fast, something that's more tolerant to what you've got going on in your house, you got to try one of these. It's a golden pothos. These guys are native to Southeast Asia. So basically what that means is they like a lot of humidity, they're not too picky about the lighting requirements. They are vine plants. If you've got it in a shady spot, these vines will come out and they will find the light. These guys grow really fast as well. And the great thing about them growing fast is that you can then propagate these vines. If you've got a cutting, or if you've bought one on Etsy, or you've gone to Facebook, or you've even bought one of my plants that's really just one cutting, what I suggest you do is then once the vine is nice and long, cut it into a couple of sections, pop it into some water, wait for it to root, and then put it into the pot that it's already in. What you'll end up with is a much fuller looking plant, and it will just make your space look that much greener and that much more inviting to live in. Almost all the plants I've gone over in this video, you can pretty much find at any garden centre near you. The most common problems I find with new plant parents are watering schedules and lighting requirements, but they're so easy. If you just find out where the plant originates, you'll have a really clear idea of the plant's needs. For example, a cactus comes from a desert, so he's not going to do too well in shade and lots of water. He's going to need a lot of sunlight and he's going to need very little water. So for example, a windowsill that sits in direct sunlight, that's probably going to be the place you put your cactus. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and have found the information useful. Let me know in the comments what you think, and if you'd like me to do any more videos like this. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Please do head over to my Facebook and Instagram page where you can find plants that I have on sale that I've grown myself, and any other news that we've got coming up, including giveaways and any announcements. Woo! Oh. I think we're done for the day.